Hello everybody, this is going to be a prediction fight for the Karl Froch versus George Groves 2 fight um, at the Wembley Stadium in London on the 31st of May. The fight's going to be for the IBF and WBA super middleweight titles. George Groves is 19-1. Obviously with his loss coming in the controversial stoppage in the last fight against Karl Froch. Karl Froch is 32-2 with his two losses coming from Mikael Kessler and Andre Ward. I'm going to talk a little bit about the first fight. It's on your screen right now. I think coming into this fight, Karl Froch thought he was going to have it easy. He wasn't worried about George Groves. George Groves had never faced the kind of opposition that he'd been up in front of, and I think he just had to. I think he thought he just had to show up, and it was going to be easy work for him. He talked about sparring with George Groves previously before the fight. He talked about dropping George Groves. He talked about him being more of a domestic level fighter. He was a world fighter. He talked about himself being an international superstar, all this kind of thing. And I think that was his biggest problem in that fight. Here, even when you look in this fight here, I think from this point on, Karl Froch starts to look a little bit nervous. He looks a little bit nervous, and I think George Groves looks absolutely cool, calm and collected. He's stony-eyed, he's looking at Karl Froch, he's focused. Karl Froch isn't there mentally just now, I don't think. I think even the way he's moving, I think he's moving stiff. He's shaking his legs off there. I don't know. Something wasn't right. I think the mind games may have gotten into his head, and George Groves is absolutely brilliant at mind games. He's almost a genius at it. The things he says, it's all obviously pre-planned. He's thought about this. He knows what he wants to say. He knows he wants to get in Froch's head, and it worked. It worked a treat. Excuse me. Okay, so the first fight, I think Froch is faster. Groves is faster. He's got better timing. He's got better technique. He knows what he wants to do, and he had a better game plan. I think the build up to the second fight has been more of the same. Although Froch has come out in the second fight and he's trying to act as if what George Groves is saying is not bothering him, but deep down, I think it's still bothering him. I think part of him believes what George Groves is saying. George Groves told him what he was going to do in this first round that we're watching now. He was going to come out, he was going to hit him with two strong right hands. He didn't say he was going to drop him, but I'm sure that even surprised him. Yeah, I think part of Karl Froch actually believes what George Groves is saying, and I think he's got a psychologist or somebody in his camp telling him just to smile and not to listen and to be pleasant. But I think if you look deep into his eyes, he's worried. And he even talked. I watched an interview the other day. He even talked about. They said, "What would you do if you lost this fight?" And he said that he would probably retire if he lost the fight. Now, a lot of boxers don't ever mention losing. They don't even think about it. They don't let it enter their head. Karl Froch has let that enter his head. And it can be a good thing because it can spur him on for preparation, but if he's not mentally there, I mean, I don't think I think the occasion got to him a little bit, even this last fight, which is strange considering a guy who's fought in the Super 6 final, who's fought all over the world, went to other people's backyards. I think this occasion got to him a little bit. And if that got to him, I think this one was at the last one was at the MEN Arena, or the Phones for You Arena as it's now called. This next one is at Wembley Stadium, and it's going to be in front of 80,000 people. And if that gets to him, I mean, if the Phones for You Arena gets to him, what's Wembley Arena going to do? in front of all these people in George Groves' hometown. Anyway, notwithstanding all those things, notwithstanding the fact that George Groves is faster, is 10 years younger, has a great mentality, gets inside Carl Froch's head, Carl Froch still has a great chin. He's still a warrior. He still loves fighting, and you can't overlook that. That's why I think this fight is going to be a great one, because the styles are so different. It just makes for an absolutely great fight to watch. George Groves could make it easy on himself. I mean, you've seen the way he fought against James DeGale. He can move all night. Carl Froch will never catch him. He can move all night. He can catch him, but he wants to do it emphatically. He wanted to win the first fight emphatically. He wanted to win the first fight on Carl Froch's terms. He wanted to win it standing in the middle of the ring, exchanging with him, and that was ultimately his downfall in the first fight. If he changes his tactics, he hits, he moves, and he completely outthinks and outskills Carl Froch, he'll win this fight easily. But if he wants to brawl and get into a dogfight and give the fans something to shout about, then it could go either way. But I'm going to say he's not that stupid. I'm going to say George Groves is going to learn from his mistakes in the first fight. He's going to go slow. He's going to pot shot Carl Froch. He's going to move, and I think he's going to win the second fight on a wide points margin. But I still think it's going to be an exciting and entertaining fight. And that's the end of this prediction video. It's my first prediction video. I'm not a boxing expert. I'm just an enthusiast. I'm just someone who likes to watch and likes to give an opinion, even if it's not an expert opinion. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.